lovelies, and welcome back to this channel. If you're new here, my name is Belinda's channel. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Don't forget to please subscribe to this channel, turn on notifications so that anytime I upload a video, you will be the first person to be notified. And to my returning subscribers, to those who that share my videos, leave commentaries, and also educate each and every one of us, you guys are the real MVP. Alright, lovelies, let's dive into this. So, lovelies, I came across this video on my For You page on TikTok, and I thought to share with you guys where a lot of people are reacting to the fact that an LBC caller decided to say the quiet part out loud about human like me and you. I'm just going to roll the clip as well as some of other stitches I was able to put together. Please leave your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video, and please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. Alright, lovelies, let's dive into it.
We would watch them drown.
Initially, yeah, because then it would stop.
Let's just clarify. You would watch men, women and children in front of you.
They're trying to get into the country illegally.
Just answer the question if you would, sir. Yes or no?
Yes.
I don't see how we can have any conversation, Simon. Where is your humanity, sir?
My humanity is with this country.
You watch a child in front of you?
It's the parents that have forced this upon the child.
That's not the child's fault as he goes under for the third and final time, is it?
No, but it's also not our fault that they're coming over illegally.
How many children? How many children would have to? You think this policy isn't working? 10?
Well, the policy it would start to work because then the migrants wouldn't get on the boat.
Let's say it's 20 children. Would that be worth it, Simon?
In my opinion, yes.
You're saying we would watch.
You see, the cruelty is baked in. The cruelty is part of the package. It's not an outlier. The cruelty is part of the package. You understand that, right? These immigration conversations, whether it's in America, UK, wherever, right? These people seem to believe that they don't want any immigrants whatsoever. Now, some of these countries where people will say shit like that can't stay out of other people's countries. They can't. They would be calling for the UN to step in if a country that they've gone into kicked them out, said things like this about them. But they don't mind saying it about people they think are invading. Of course they let them drown. Shoot them in the Rio Grande. Buoys with barbed wire around them. It's part of the package. It is part of the package. They're just now emboldened to say it. They are now emboldened to say these things out loud. It's not shocking. They've always felt that way. They have always felt that way. Cruelty is part of the package. It is. These same people will say, don't judge us by the worst of us. But they have no problem doing that. At all. They have no problem whatsoever doing it. They can foister upon immigrants or migrants any stereotype that they want. Because the stereotype justifies their feelings towards them. It does. If you see somebody as subhuman, then you're willing to unalive them yourself or watch them be unalived. And you get glee from it. I say man is a cancer for a reason. Because man's inability to see humanity in other people that do not look like them, do not sound like them, do not speak the language that they speak. It's an ingrained trait. It always has been. We, humanity, are horrible. We always have been. Cruelty is part of the package. It's part of the package. You can colonize a country where people are already on it and refer to the people who were there in the first place as savages, because cruelty is part of the package. Why do you think they cling so hard to their religion and their faith and things of that nature? Because they will use anything to justify their cruelty. They will. Straight up. And they sleep well at night. Appealing to people's humanity in this day and time is useless. It's a futile effort, and you should just stop doing it. Because these people do not see humanity. They don't. They see subhuman savages. And it doesn't matter whether or not the accent that these things come out of is British or Texan. It doesn't matter. It genuinely doesn't. They will foist their stereotypes upon people who are just trying to either flee a situation that these countries created or find a better life. Just finding a better life. They will foster those stereotypes on them because it helps them to hate them even more. And if you can hate them, you don't care if they die. Who gives a shit? And then these people will sit in a pew on Sunday and they will talk to their God. They will profess that they are followers of Christ or whatever. And then Monday morning, they will go back to the same thing they were doing before, which is wishing death on people who are fleeing something, or who just want to have a better life. Not your life, just a better life. Because cruelty is part of the package. It goes deeper than just immigration policy. It's an actual hatred. And people love to bring up the funny mustache man and things of that nature in times like this. I think it's a little bit off, because the funny mustache man is just the physical manifestation of that cruelty. He's not the first, and he won't be the last. He might be the most visible, yes, but there was King Leopold before him, and there was a monster before him as well. They've always existed. And with their existence comes getting people riled up against the other, no matter what that other is. And if you can other it, you can make it subhuman. You can call it a savage. You can call it vermin. You can say that it is poisoning the blood of your country. And then the cruelty steps in. Look at what we did in the War on Terror. Every Muslim had to pay for the actions of extremists. And how do we justify it? Oh, they don't believe in our God. It's tale as old as time. It's not like it hasn't happened before. What the hell do you think the Crusades were? We, and I mean the humanity, we are great practitioners of cruelty. We are. It gets some people's blood pumping to be able to other people who don't look like them, or sound like them, or talk like them, or act like them. And once again, if you can other it, you can make it subhuman. If you can make it subhuman, then cruelty will just come right along with it. And it's a justification in every single instance. Because cruelty is part of the package. This man simply said what a lot of people here in America think. And if you ask them, some of them will even tell you. There are people that have been stockpiling weapons for an eventual race war simply because they want one. The idea of peace, of acceptance, that doesn't get your blood pumping the way hating and wishing death does. This man literally said, initially, yeah, I'd watch him drown, including a baby, because it's not a baby that looks like him. It's not a baby that sounds like him. The parents of that baby might not even worship the God that he does. So therefore they're subhuman. Why not watch them drown? Humanity is cruel at its heart. Cruelty is part of the package. We other people. And then we have other people that try to tell us, well, we shouldn't do that. It's too late. It's what we've always done. It is a justification for their racism, their xenophobia, their homophobia, their Islamophobia, their anti-Semitism. It is all a justification because the cruelty is what they want. They want that death. They want to know that these people died to try to get just a better life. And then they will go on drinking their tea or coffee or going to their jobs and driving cars and loving people, looking at their children like real human beings, but not the baby that's in critical condition, because the baby is part of the people he doesn't like. And of course, why not watch that child drown? Cruelty is part of the package. Why are people surprised by that?
Stitch, check out LBC if you want, but I don't go my bundle on old Nick Ferrari anyway, but at least he's acting with a bit of compassion and understanding, so we'll give him that one. But to Simon the Caller, you would sit and watch people drown. Well, let me break something to you, Pumpkin. Both the RNLI and the people of Dover, Greatstone, Dymchurch, Dungeness, Littlestone, Folkestone, St Margaret's, and all the other places where these boats end up, don't care what you think, because they will carry on rescuing people in trouble at sea, because that's what they've done for millennia. Especially Dovorians. You have the audacity to tell the people of Dover, no, let them drown. I'm telling you now, if my name was still alive, being a person who spent a large amount of her life in the Dover area and in the town, and being one of those women, and my grandfather who was born and bred just outside Dover, and those that came before, his parents, his grandparents, and they wouldn't have done that. And the people now in Dover don't do that because they still care about people in trouble at sea, because so many of them have jobs at sea or family members who have jobs at sea. You go back to the Herald of Free Enterprise sinking. Dover lost a lot of people, and events like that stick in your mind, that people can easily die at sea. On that note, they happily rescue them. So you are suggesting people throw aside millennia of compassion and understanding for these things to go, yeah, let them die. That's only this far off saying let them eat cake. You know that, right? It's just as blind, stupid, selfish and thoughtless. You are the epitome of white supremacy, sir. And whilst not all those people that are coming on boats are brown or black, most often they are. So your white supremacy is showing. Well done, Si. Yeah, point number one, you're a dick. And on top of that, I've grown up by the sea, right? So I am used to the sea, and I did a skipper's exam when I was 13, and I know how to read charts, right? So as somebody who can chart a course, I know how bloody expert you've got to be to chart a course across the Straits of Dover, because they're the busiest shipping lanes in the world, and most of what's in that water is enormous. A rubber dinghy, not quite so enormous. And as I have explained on other accounts that I don't have anymore, if you're in a ferry, a cruise liner, or a large cargo ship, you can't see a small dinghy. You can't see it. It's tiny and you are enormous. And as for height, the cruise ships have got no chance of seeing them. And just remember, the wake of a ship can draw you towards that ship. Yeah, you might think the waves going that way will push you, but they don't. It sucks you towards it. And once you get to the stern of said ship, you are at great risk of being sucked under and propelled to death. So those that get across more by luck than judgment, because the people skippering these dinghies do not have an innate knowledge of those shipping lanes, of the sandbanks, of riptides and eddies, and all the things that can fuck you up. Now, I've sailed it in a 17-foot sailing ship, boat. It's a boat. A yacht, let's say. Yeah, a tiny little 17-foot thing. And it's fun, don't get me wrong, it's enormous fun. If you know those waters, if you understand the signs of the sea and the sky and the weather, if you understand how those things work, how moving tides can cause huge eddies, never mind the eddies caused by large ships. It is dodgy as fuck. These people are not doing that because we want a nice day out on the... No, you have to be fucking desperate to get in a poorly inflated, poorly maintained dinghy and go across the 21 miles to Dover or the 27 to, I don't know, Dymchurch or the 25 and a bit to Folkestone. You have got to be out of your mind desperate to attempt that. And as for them being illegal, if the previous government had not removed most safe routes, which they did illegally, there would be no need for illegal migration. Blame the Tories for that. And I often get a lot of people going, they haven't got any documentation. Well, not all Brits have got a passport. What if we had a sudden really dangerous thing happen and we had to escape over the channel? Do you think people are going to have time to get a passport? What's good for the goose and all that? Not everyone has a passport. Not everyone's expecting to have their life turned upside down, their family members murdered or blown up or whatever way you want to look at it. There's not something you sit around going, oh, I better get a passport in case I have to become an immigrant. Also, I have mentioned several times that on their journeys across Europe, you'll often find that they'll hand over their documentation and then never get it back again. Poland looking at you, and a few other countries that go, oh, whoops, don't know, lost it. So, rather than saying, let them die, which, no, Simon, you wouldn't sit on the beaches of Dover and watch people drown. Even you couldn't. You would feel compelled to rescue those people if you have an ounce of humanity. I grew up training in life-saving because my granddad was the progenitor of the RLSS Kent branch in 1960, so I had to do those exams because my granddad was the president. So I grew up learning how to rescue people, how to read charts, how to sail, how to do all the things in water that was necessary to preserve life. And you were the opposite of me, Simon, because instead of learning about how important life is, all you're bothered about is the big plan, innit? And I'll point something else out to you, Simon. As the boomers are retiring and dying, we do not have the people to fill the roles that they leave behind. Sorry, it sounded like something fell over in the kitchen. It didn't, but, you know, it's now knackered my flow. What I'm trying to say is, that is sick, Simon. You are a sick human being to say you would watch people die. Now, it doesn't matter if they're women, children, men, whatever. Doesn't matter. You've got to be some kind of deranged weirdness to say you'd watch people die. And I don't think anybody could actually do that. I think you would feel compelled to help. So, rather than talking shit and trying to make, whatever that was, a point beyond humanity, maybe think that if it were you in the same situations they're in, you would expect to be rescued too. And it's only luck of geography and politics that you're not in that position yourself, Simon. So rather than treating humans as if they aren't human, maybe imagine if it was you and your children having to escape somewhere, because I think you'd want help, wouldn't you? So don't expect the people in the seaside towns of Kent to ignore that. They will continue doing what they have done for many, many years. You can't change these people. You can't change humanity to suit your cruel agenda.
Like, seriously, lovelies, when I say that there are some set of people that is actually created differently, with a different emotion, a different heart, and a different way of thinking and reasoning. Like, so this scholar who happened to be Simon decided that it was nice to actually say this. You know, he was like, he don't care if underaged people are, drowned, and he was just saying it with his full chest without any form of sympathy or empathy, and he was so comfortable with it. He don't care. So far, this person does not connect to him. So far, this person is not his family. So far, this person is maybe, like, I don't understand how people just end up being so, people don't have any form of emotions anymore. Like, especially people that think like this Simon of a person. Seriously. I'm not disputing the fact that maybe when you want to migrate to somewhere, you should do it legally. But the fact that you do not even care, you can actually watch. You can actually watch somebody. Let's just assume you can actually watch somebody that you know vividly well that you can help when this person is, trying to survive, like drowning and all of that. But you are just going to watch this person, fight to survive, and you think that you are human. You think that you have it hard. You think that this is a lesson to them. Oh my goodness, talk more of underaged people. Talk more of people, innocent little ones that don't even know what this world entails. That has nothing to do with, it has nothing to do with all of the things that is happening around this world. So because you feel that parents, brought it upon themselves, that means you can comfortably watch them being, surviving. Oh my goodness. And you call yourself a human being. What am I even saying? What am I saying? Sometimes I ask myself, like, how are people being created? Like, there is a lot of questions to be asked. For him to comfortably, make this call and say this publicly, and he knew that this is a station or something, that means that there is a lot of people like him that thinks this way. That is why there is a lot of them that think this way. Seriously. These same people that you guys are all, oh my god, undocumented immigrant, blah blah blah. Like I said, I'm not disputing the fact that even if you want to migrate somewhere, do it legally. Okay. Let's talk about this undocumented thing. I could actually remember vividly, that's about a month or 3 months back, where, these UK people decided to create, I think there was a riot about the immigrants should go back to their prospective countries. They don't want them there, blah, 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 with, okay, some of them, which actually had reasons of saying that, like a lot of, immigrants have come there and trying to spoil the country or what's have you. But these people actually forgot that they were the people that, went ahead. Let me just talk in terms of someone that looks like me, black people, or black, they decided to go colonize these people. These people were actually minding their business. They are minding their business. But all because you think that they have something, all the natural resources, all of the things that you guys stole. Let me just use Africa, yeah. Let me say the one, like, the small history that, you guys went ahead down Africa to colonize these people. Not only that you colonized them, you took away all of their things. You took away all of their natural resources. You wouldn't go to someone's house to steal his television. And when this person comes to your house to actually watch the television that you stole from them, you are complaining. Like, they are the first people to talk about how Africa is so poor. They are living under the trees. They are feeding from bushes or bush. They are feeding from cows and taking and eating cow milk and all of that. But forgetting that you are the people that made Africa the way it is with your colonization. When was the time Africa had an independence? Even with the independence, you guys are still in control. But now, it's as if all of the things that you have been stealing is not more enough for these people. They decided to start migrating to your country. Because this is just a simple scenario. You will come to someone's house, take this person's livelihood, this person's food, water, entertainment. Let's use television as an example. And now, because this person is so weak, and this person cannot fight you to bring back all of the stolen items you took away from his or her home, this person now decide that, okay, why don't me just go straight to you? Let me just go straight to your house and enjoy whatsoever thing that you took away from my own house. They are not even fighting. They are just, trying to live. But no, because you think that even if we have destroyed your place, we just don't want you here. Like, you cannot bite your cake and have it. You cannot. And now, the issue of this, I can watch them, actually reminds me of something that I saw, or some historical thing that I saw that I was not even able to stitch the video here because it's just something that is very despicable. I saw a historical thing that reminds me of this statement that I can watch them, and about some alligator thing. Alligator, people watching alligator do something, you should know the history, you should know the story about an alligator with what he said. It actually reminds me of that. They don't have a hurt. They don't care. Like, seeing people wallow in misery is a form of an entertainment to some people, right? It's a form of, it's an entertainment. It doesn't have, like, I don't get it. And he was so proud, like, oh my goodness, people really need to watch out for people like this. You have to be very careful. You have to make sure you're safe. You have to know the kind of persons you mingle with, because a lot of people are roaming around with so many bad intentions. You just have to make sure that you're so safe. You're very cautious with the people that you meet or you mingle yourself with, because people like this is people that you are actually going to be constantly on watch out for, because you wouldn't know what they are capable of. Like, seriously, when I saw this video, seriously, I was disappointed. But after all, I was like, what am I even saying? Anyway, lovelies, why not just leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video, and please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. We just here for educational and informative purposes. So please, if you've not subscribed to this channel, please do your girl a huge favor to click on the subscription button, and I will see you lovelies when I upload the next one.
After this, guys, then thank you so much for all the love and support. Don't forget to please leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video, and please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. We're just here to educate ourselves. I'll see you lovelies when I upload the next one.